What's good, y'all? It's your boy Will the Barber here at Photo Fresh Academy, showing y'all how to do a barber shop chair. This is the tutorial. So I have all my parts and pieces laid out, spread so I can see everything I need and make sure I have all my inventory together. Right here, I have my parts. I keep my parts together. So right now, I'm about to go ahead and start on the leg rest. On the side of the leg rest, we have these bolts. We go ahead and unscrew those bolts and we just reinstall them back. Everything's gonna be finger tight for the time being. We put these stubs underneath so that the chair can lay free on the ground and rest. Now we start to put in the hydraulic pump right here on the basin of the chair. The hydraulic pump is important because you need that to crank the chair up and down so that you can maneuver the chair so that you can cut people's hair and you don't have to walk around and make life inconvenient for you. As you all see right here, I'm organizing all the inventory. That's so that I make sure that I use all of the right drill pieces and tools for the right parts on the chair. Now right here, I am placing the butt rest on top of the hydraulic pump. Yep, so that looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and tighten those bolts underneath finger tight, but then we'll go ahead and lock them in with our drill. So right here on the top, we use this one specific bolt that came with the package, and we'll go ahead and use our 5/16 to tighten that, because we'll need that secured before we start installing everything else on the chair. Now we're installing the leg rest onto the butt rest of the chair. That is going to stabilize the chair because we'll connect the hydraulic pump to lay the chair back in the back of the chair once we get the backrest on. So from here, you see that we're lining this up on both sides just to make sure that it's good and it's even, because sometimes I've had one or two chairs before that they didn't align right. So I'll make sure I align it first, and then I'll finger tighten everything, and then I'll go back through it with a wrench and vice grips. Now that that's complete, I'll take out all of the bolts that were pre-installed on the butt rest. These bolts are important because I'm going to use these same bolts to attach the armrest on both sides of the chair with those bolts. So most of the bolts and equipment and tools that you'll need on the chair are already pre-installed in all the holes, and you'll just have to unscrew them fingers loose and reinstall them finger tight, and then drill them after you get everything installed. As you see right here, I kept it loose so that I can ensure that I get everything on the chair first. Right here are two more pre-installed bolts or screws that I took out. Those bolts were to install the back rest and have a holster for that. So that's where I'll be installing next. The screws for that are still on my inventory list on the table, so I'll install that momentarily. But before then, I'll take out this cotter pin right here, and you can do it with wrench or pliers or by hand. And then you'll take out this pin, those are called pins, and then you'll insert this hydraulic pump or hydraulic arm into the back rest bar, and then you'll reinstall that cotter pin. When reinstalling the cotter pin, you'll put it in all the way. You'll make sure that the sharp side is up and away from cutting you on the leg, and then you'll butterfly the cotter pin. You see how I butterflied it? Like, that's how you'll do. And you do that with pliers. Underneath the chair at this point is where I'll go ahead and start installing the bolts and screws and tightening them all underneath the chair. Now I'll get back to this back rest and install the back rest. So that'll be what's next. Use the last 4 bolts that you have, not the screws, but the bolts, and you install those. Now what I like to do is I'll have somebody sit on the chair. Shout out to our master barber, Quan, shop manager. He'll sit on the chair for me, and I'll install the screws to keep the butt rest installed on the chair. That way it'll be extremely secured. And here's your final product, a fully installed barber chair, ready to rock and roll for 2024.